It's April 15th here in America, and that's tax day. So I'm going to talk about 5 awesome songs that rock for tax day. There'll be timestamps in the description, and there'll be playlists of other types of videos about different kinds of things you can check out. What I do in this video is I talk about the songs, talk about what makes them cool, maybe give you some facts about them. In this case, talk about what makes them related to tax day, so to speak. I don't have the music in this video because of copyright issues, but I do make shorts. I'll make one short for each of these. There'll be a playlist again in the description that has all that stuff, and you can check out the shorts if you want to hear the songs there. So without further ado, let's talk about 5 awesome songs that rock this year for tax day. Could be something that has to do with the taxes themselves, has to do with the money, what it goes to, whatever. Whether you did your taxes, you didn't do your taxes, you're doing your taxes, whatever. These are songs you can listen to and enjoy. Taxman from the Beatles in 1966 on Revolver. This was one of the first big George Harrison hit songs. Most of the songs up to this point were, McCartney-Lennon songs, so to speak. This song was about a super tax that was going on at the time in Britain. It was a 95% tax on like the uber wealthy that, of course, the Beatles were kind of fitting in. The lyrics themselves, they say, ha ha, Mr. Wilson. They say his opponent too later, I forget his name. But Mr. Wilson, who they were kind of making fun of and calling out and getting angry with, he actually awarded them multiple awards. He gave them the Silver Hearts Award, which was like an entertainer award for good deeds. But the cooler one was the MBE, which is the Member of the Most Excellent Order of the British Empire. Sounds like an award that Bill and Ted would give out, when they're like kings in the future or whatever, that they would give out. It's one of the first times the Beatles were really making a statement, really pissed off about this tax. And it's just a really cool song. I mean, it's a Beatles song, so all the Beatles songs are pretty kick-ass and cool, aren't they? Money from Pink Floyd was a single on Dark Side of the Moon, 1973. Super famous, huge album. So this song is cool for a few different reasons. It's in 7/4, so you count to 7 instead of counting to 4 or 8 or 2 or something like that, like you normally would, even 3 or 6. 7's a weird one, but that's what this in. If you count those all those money noises, if you count those in the beginning, you'll get to 7 and then it starts over. It's really cool. Those money noises, a lot of them are actually made by the band by putting stuff together and recording it. This is before computers and samples and all that kind of stuff. When you listen to the lyrics, it sounds like it's kind of a criticism against money. Obviously, money is a big part of taxes, right? But it's more academic than that. I think Roger Waters said it's actually really just about what's going on with getting money and how that makes you think and how that makes you feel. So it's not necessarily good or bad. It really depends on kind of the context and what you're approaching it from, I guess. It's really cool at the end of the song, kind of as it fades out into the next song, Dark Side of the Moon, all the songs kind of go together. There's talking. And apparently that doesn't even have to do with money. It's a bunch of the roadies. They're just asking them random questions and they recorded it. They asked Paul McCartney questions. Apparently he was around when they were doing this, but I don't think his got into it. For Pink Floyd, very famous song. It's a Roger Waters song. He does it on his solo stuff now, but David Gilmour, he does it in Pink Floyd, but David Gilmour even does it when he does his solo stuff. It's not really his song, although he's in it, pretty heavily. The Big Money from Rush on Power Windows in 1985. This song was actually a kind of a radio billboard hit for them, which isn't a thing for a lot of Rush songs. Even though it's from 1985, which is 40 years ago, it's their most recent hit on the Billboard charts, although they made a lot of music in the 90s and the 2000s. None of it was really radio friendly. This is very radio friendly, kind of synth rock for the time. It was a big part of their shows. It's on a lot of different compilations, so it's kind of an integral Rush song. It's about the lyrics, big money, and what big money does, and taxes are all about big money. It's talking about pushing people around, knocking castles down. So whether you're a little guy, a big guy, big money influences a lot of things, and taxes influence a lot of things. This song has a lot to do with like the global economy and everything becoming very global with the economy at the time in the mid-'80s. And man, 2025 with Trump and his tariffs, there's a lot of global economy talks, and tariffs are taxes. So it really fits with tax day, I think. Peace Sells from Megadeth on Peace Sells, But Who's Buying in 1986. This was a single, and it was a commercial success for them. It's kind of what made them mainstream, kind of sort of for the first time for Megadeth. It's got a real iconic bass intro. The bass intro was actually used as the kind of noise in the MTV news headline when there was an MTV headline that kind of, you heard that bass intro part. So the song was inspired by Patti Smith, had a Reader's Digest article that Dave Mustaine read, and it said something about like peace sells, but who's buying it? So you talk about taxes, you talk about money, where's the money go in America? I mean, it's a big military complex, and not all the money goes there, but I'm pretty sure a big chunk of it goes there. So this is something that Dave Mustaine wanted to do to be more intelligent, so to speak, with the music. And, it'd been interesting to be a fly on the wall because maybe you'd actually be part of the lyrics, because apparently they wrote the lyrics on their practice space on the wall when they did the song. So interesting, cool fact. So really cool song, and talks about where the money goes from all those taxes. Authority song from John Cougar Mellencamp in 1983 on Uh-huh. This is the first album where he actually used his real name. He was just kind of John Cougar up to this point. And this song has a very much a I fought the law kind of vibe to it. It is authority song and going against authority. And you know what, with the taxes, you kind of got to just do them, and it is what it is. And that's kind of one of those vibes. I fought authority, but authority always wins. Kind of is what it is. You just got to get up there and do it. And this is a song that on this album, a lot of the songs on this album, had collaborators writing the songs. This is one of the songs that John Cougar Mellencamp wrote on his own. And it's just super upbeat. It's got a great, great riff and kind of melody to it. Great guitar solo that's really upbeat. The bridge is super upbeat. Just everything about it is kind of just a, have fun song. Taxes aren't fun, but if you got to do them, at least, maybe try to have fun doing them. Authority's always going to win. So, it is what it is.